Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more F1 2021 My Team Career Mode Season 1. We are continuing with the series, and we're heading into the Canadian Grand Prix, which is round 5 of 20 in the series, so we'll see how well we can do. We've had some stunners recently, so hopefully we can keep up on the same trend. 2 podium finishes so far in our career. If you guys haven't seen that, link to the playlist of F1 2021 My Team Career Mode is down below, so the playlist you can find in the description, and catch up. You guys are missing out on a lot of fun, and let's see how this season progresses. Just wanted to make sure you guys are subscribed. Please make sure you are subscribed down below. Check to see if the subscribe button is pressed and grayed out and says subscribed, and also hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified when the next video of F1 2021 My Team goes up. This series is a lot of fun, so you don't want to miss out on the fun as well, so please be sure to be subscribed so you're notified when the next video goes up. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for stopping by today, and let's move on to the Canadian Grand Prix. So we have a chassis department event.
We'd like your input on.
We want to test an initiative to improve staff morale by reducing work hours slightly, giving them a more scheduled time in the day to unwind and make use of the gym facilities. We'd probably trial this in a single department first, but how does that sound? I guess we can test this out, raise the morale.
Thanks. I appreciate you taking the time to help out.
Alright. Looks good. So we need to check our R&D progress now. Chassis morale is very high right now. So let us take a look and see what came through. Front wing gurney flap in the aerodynamics department. Nothing in the chassis so far. Nothing in the powertrain, and then turbo improved materials for the durability upgrades. So we have 934 resource points to use. Let's trigger some durability upgrades. Let's start here with the MGU-H, improved materials. Let's get this upgrade in before the Austrian Grand Prix. A lot of teams have been investing, so we are currently back of the midfield, ahead of the back marker, so to say. I think that's a decent roundup of where we're at. We also have some driver perks that we need to invest in. I forgot about this for some time, so let's try and invest a bit here. Resource point boost is always welcome, so I'm gonna hit that up. Media coaching seems like a good one to get some more questions. You know what, let's just go level 1 on everything. That would be good. Invest a little in ourselves, and let's progress time to the Canadian Grand Prix.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
So the monocoque has come through, monocoque structure upgrade. So that is a major upgrade coming through. Let us see how that changes our position here. We're still in the same position ahead of Alfa Romeo. Alpine is slowly bringing in upgrades as well. So they have actually extended the gap performance-wise to us. So hopefully we can stay competitive. It's the Canadian Grand Prix. Let's head in. You guys will see some practice programs, and we'll see each other for qualifying, like always. Welcome to qualifying at the Canadian Grand Prix. Now let's progress with our session here. FP1 and FP2 were the only sessions we partook in, and they were overall successful. We had the race strategy, the track acclimatization, and the ERS management to deal with today, trying to get some discounts on some of the upgrades. So overall we did pretty well. Setting some good lap times. We went out early stages of FP1, managed to get all of our objectives in, but we were also slow because the track hadn't really gotten used to, it hasn't evolved yet. There we go. Yeah, we were a bit slow, but then we went out later again and we did set a more competitive time. I think we sat around P15 by the end of the session, so that was a good sight to see. We have a quite competitive car, so I'm hoping for a Q2 appearance today as well. FP2 was also a good one. We tried to push the car to its limits, of course using used gearbox, and well, used engine components and using those for the practice sessions before swapping them out for new ones or the fresher ones for the race and qualifying session. So hopefully we can have that extra couple kilometers per hour boost with the newer components, but we'll see what happens in Canada. Yeah, overall successful session as well. Doing all our objectives, completing all our objectives, and getting all full marks. Purple for every practice program, as well as all the discounts that we could acquire from those sessions. So we are now heading into the qualifying session, trying to see where we sit for the race. But yeah, we're gonna let time fly a little. Around 10 minutes to go. I will get the car ready and send us on our way to set our laps. Let's see where we place on our first lap. P16, just on the cutoff zone. We need to go back into the garage, get some more fuel, and let's see if we can set a little better lap than that. Latifi's gonna make me crash. Oh, we managed to slide through. Minor improvement, 800, but that's P14. That's good enough, that's good enough, that's good enough. So, fastest of the sessions, Lewis Hamilton with a 108 flat. And oh my goodness, we got beaten to the next qualifying session. Robert Schwartzman makes it through in P14, but we get knocked out in P17. That is a absolute shame. Russell, Latifi, Mazepin, Raikkonen, and Giovinazzi also get knocked out. So we're starting P17 on the grid. Bummer, absolute bummer. If Latifi wasn't in the way, I hope he got a time penalty or something, because that was absolute nonsense how he goes in my way. Should have gone out of the way quickly because I was on my push left, but whatever. We are heading on to the next round of the race, so let's see what happens on race day.
Hello and welcome to the Ile Notre Dame once again for what promises to be another incredible Canadian Grand Prix at a fiercely competitive circuit, where pole position can often be decided by less than 1/10 of a second. It's one of the fastest races of the season here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, with around 60% of this 2.7 mile circuit taken at full throttle. There are 14 corners to navigate, the very last of which has its very own infamous history. It could be the cause of a safety car today. It's just about time to go to the track for the beginning of the race, but before we do, Anthony Davidson, what types of strategy do you think we can expect for today's event?
Well, there's a lot that both the driver and the team have to keep in mind when going into a race. The tyres, fuel, energy recovery systems, the list goes on and on. But I think the key to today's victory will come down to the pit stop strategy. Come in too soon and you might find yourself needing more than one stop. Too late and you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by spending longer on worn tyres.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Norris, Ricciardo, Max Verstappen and Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Gasly and Sebastian Vettel, Stroll, Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso and Ocon, Schwartzman, Mick Schumacher, the captain, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Mazepin, Latifi, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
So, P17 starting position. I'm not sure what we should expect from this race. Hopefully we get a good start and a good finish. This seems to be the best strategy provided to us. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it. The personalized strategy seems best. Yeah, it's faster by 6 seconds, so I'm gonna use that. We're gonna drop our fuel load a tad bit. 35 laps, so let's go 52 kilograms. I think that's good. We should be in for a good chance in gaining some positions, I hope. We'll see how well we do. Hopefully we get a good start. Let's get going. In Canada, Canadian Grand Prix is almost ready to go. Mediums for some cars ahead. Lights out and away we go. Decent start. Up the inside. I'm getting bumped. Oh my god, are you serious? VSC's out. Alright. Lap 1 was a virtual safety car mayhem. So... okay, there we go. Finally got Sonoda there.
Okay, good work. Great pass.
Next up is Lance Stroll. DRS is going to be enabled soon, so hopefully we can get that from Stroll. Gotta use a slipstream for a bit. Whoa.
Okay, some information on Bottas. It looks like the
Bottas is out.
They're retiring.
He's on the other side of the wall. No, rather he was looking the other way. Another dive bomb on Stroll. Up to P10, thank you very much.
That's P10. You've moved up into P10.
Thank you. Literally in a DRS train with a bunch of other cars. This is insanity. Can we get a move done soon? I don't know. There we go. Got rid of the line, so it makes my race a lot easier. I hate having those lines. Oh dear. I don't have DRS. That's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad. Really bad. Stroll's gonna come up my bum. Oh, that's a... how? I was within a second of the at the detection zone. Come on now. I was literally 1 second. This chicane is not gonna look good. I have to take an extended track limits. I don't care.
Nice work. That brings you up the price.
Let's go on the inside of Vettel here. Well, P8. What's going on? That tussle saved me some time. Oh dear. Probably has DRS. Yep, he does. We have used up our ERS pretty much. Okay, a bunch of people in the pits for medium compound tires. Ooh, okay, bunch more people in the pits again. Guess the soft compound tires are dead. We are in the lead of the Grand Prix for now.
We're leading our teammate by 4.2.
Driver behind.
Norris behind. The gap to the car behind is 3.1 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 2 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 11.9.
Oh dear. Lando is right behind me. Well, it was expected that he was gonna be... He's a lot faster than me. Oh dear. Lando Norris has caught up with us rapidly. Schwartzman is also pretty competitive, 3 seconds behind us. Oh, he's come up right behind me. Oh, whoa. Mate.
Robert is in the pits. Robert in the pit. Be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
Yeah, well, I'm coming in. Nice. Perfect entry into the pits. We're getting a new set of mediums on. Let's see how far down the grid we exit.
Go.
1.9 seconds. Alright.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
We just exit in P12, I believe. Ahead of Stroll. Come on, Alonso. I have fresher mediums on. No DRS, sadly. But Stroll has DRS probably. We're in the slipstream. Schumacher in the pits. Couple people in the pits. No, just one person in the pit. Tangoing with the Alpine. I think I can get a dive bomb in. Also got DRS, thanks Alonso.
It's still looking good.
So it's only the side pod from the early moments of the race. Alright, Hamilton, let's tango. Definitely a slippery car, man. Okay, Sonoda's right on my my gearbox.
The gap to the car ahead is 7.0 seconds.
Oh, he's probably gonna get DRS. Yep, think so. How do they take that chicane so nicely? I can't even take it nicely. AI has perks, man. Oh, here goes Tsunoda. Oh, well defended around the outside. I was worried there for a moment. I thought I had to keep the inside, but sadly I didn't, so I was like worried. But we're good. We are good. Okay, people in the pits. Sainz and Gasly come out. Whoa! Something flew past my car. Is that part of my car? Perhaps. Look at that. My side pod has taken massive damage. But I don't know, is that from earlier? Who knows? Okay. As soon as a frame drop happens, or like a freeze frame happens, I lose grip completely. That is why I was struggling so much with grip. Oh, Leclerc, I'm going into the pits, mate. I didn't speed? Thought I sped. Alright, thank God. Alright, we're in the pits for our final stint on soft compound tires. Let's see where we end up. I hope we can get at least a P9 or P10. Ah, 2 seconds. Perfect. These guys really want me to win today.
Look after these tires now.
Sebastian Vettel disqualified. Okay, what's going on?
Final lap of the race.
Last lap drama. Daniel Ricciardo's out of this session. Mick Schumacher's out of this session. What happened? Okay, Alonso is way too good. No, our car is not that great, so we'll have to settle. Oh, we get a point. We get a point, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. P10. What a drive. That was what I was expecting today, at least a point. Okay, bring it over the line safely. Car was absolute trash today, but we managed to get 1 point today. Let's go.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Victory for the team from Milton Keynes then, after a quality performance. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
What a result for us. P10 is better than expected. We were aiming for a point or two today, and we succeeded in getting P10 for 1 point. Max Verstappen wins the race. Lando Norris was awfully quick. He had a quick car, and Gasly, also with a quick car, gets P3. Interesting. But yeah, that's the result. So this is the result of the Canadian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen wins the whole race today. Lando Norris and Gasly on the podium, as we saw. Sainz, Perez, Hamilton, Leclerc, Stroll, Alonso, and myself rounding out the points positions. Fernando Alonso was quite rapid in that Alpine, so we couldn't really catch up, or I was just too bad with the driving and steering. Our car didn't feel all too great today. We got to work on the downforce. Ocon, Raikkonen, Mazepin, Tsunoda, Latifi round out the finishing group with Ricciardo, Russell, Schwartzman. Wait, actually Ricciardo did not finish, but he still managed to finish ahead of Russell and Schwartzman, who complete the Grand Prix. That's quite interesting. Okay. Giovinazzi and Schumacher also gets a finish after having, crashed out or something. Bottas, Vettel also get knocked out, or did not finish and got disqualified from the race. Let's check a look at the race director and see why. Incidents. We had a couple track limit warnings. Bottas with a did not finish with the terminal damage, of course, early on in the race. 5-second time penalty for Sebastian Vettel for a severe collision with Giovinazzi. I guess that was what was spoken on the radio about safety car. Vettel gets disqualified for being in the wrong direction, going the wrong way. Ricciardo with terminal damage. And then a bunch of collision warnings for the front runners, Perez, Norris, and Verstappen. And then Schumacher has a mechanical failure and does not finish. Interesting. Let's take a look at the standings before we end the episode today. 44 points for us. We're still in P3. 4 points behind us is Lando Norris, who had a spectacular day today. Sergio Perez with 78 and Max Verstappen with 76. Those are the two drivers up ahead, so they're in a tight race for the driver standings. Constructor standings wise, we dropped down to P5 after securing only 1 point today. Ferrari are really pushing ahead. Mercedes are struggling, and AlphaTauri are pushing up as well. We are in 46 points and 3 points behind AlphaTauri and 2 points ahead of Alpine, so it's a pretty tight race in the midfield. So we'll see how these standings change over the course of the season. Canadian Grand Prix, a strong circuit for us, but the car just doesn't feel right. Something about the downforce didn't feel right, something about these power of the car didn't feel right. It was very sluggish, sometimes very slow around corners. Also, the tire grip didn't work out as expected. A lot of crashes there, by the way. So it seems like the Alpine caused a lot of problems, but yeah, it was a lot of damage issues too. The drag from the early stages from that collision, I think, really forced us into a poor position. The car didn't feel right. The car didn't have that power and the speed to really compete against the others. Maybe if I didn't have that body damage, I could have pushed for Alonso, but it is what it is. We took that damage and we had to pay for it. A lot of good dive bombs, a lot of good moves on other cars, which came to help us out a lot. And eventually that bumped us up to P10. A bunch of collisions somewhere. I don't know what happened, but yeah, those DNFs really helped us out. Ricardo DNFing was also a big help, securing us P10, a valuable point for the championship. Well, that was it for the Canadian Grand Prix. Next up is the French Grand Prix, so that's going to be an exciting one. So let's see what happens in France. You don't want to miss out on it, so please leave a like. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, use the red button down below, and hit the notification bell next to it so you're notified when the next video goes live. F1 2021, my team will continue, and you don't want to miss out. That subscription button is going to be your friend. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today, and as always, please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next video of mine.